So I have selected a vertex here. This vertex will be controlled by both the bones. See here, one there is one bone, there is arm bone, here it is forearm bone. So both will control him. That is the advantage of what skinning or binding. We call it binding, skinning, all that. Okay, only here they call it automatic weights and all in blender, but in Maya they clearly call it by the word skinning, huh? So before skinning we were using actually binding, all that. So this, if you see this skinning, once we skin the mesh and bones, every vertex will be controlled at least by one or two bones minimum one or two bones, mostly two bones. So that is the advantage of skinning. If you see parent child relationship, yeah, an object can be controlled one by only one object. If I am keeping a, I'm creating a cube here, and then I am creating a empty here. So this empty, whenever I move this empty, I want this cube also to move. So for that, what I will do, I will just select this cube and then select this one finally and control P. Now when I select this uh, locator, or we can call it empty, when I move this empty, see cube is also moving. But this cube cannot become a child for another parent at the same time. Another empty cannot control it. If I bring another empty, now I will move it and I am going to tell this cube, hey cube, now you have to follow this guy also. This empty also you have to follow. Like that I am going to instruct him. By the same command, I am selecting the cube and then this empty 001, you can see in the outline here. Control P. Now see the object has shifted from this empty to this empty. So only one boss can be there for an object. Okay, generally that may be in terms of like parent-child relationship or constraints. Even constraint is like it cannot. You can have two-point constraint. That is, one guy pulling from one side, another guy pulling from another side. Like that, one object can be constrained by two objects, two other objects, but still no, it won't become equal to the skinning effect. Here in skinning, one vertex can be controlled by many bones. Minimum one or two bones, from one or two bones to many bones it can be controlled. In terms of points, point 001, point 1, point 2, point 3, like that every all the masters will be sharing one vertex. So that is the advantage of skinning. That is a uh, basic philosophy of skinning. Now we have done that binding, how we selected the mesh and then selected the rig and control P, we chose this automatic weights, right? Now all these vertices are now controlled by all the bones. That is why you see how heavy it has become. If I just select and this rig skeleton and then go to pose mode and selecting this cube, this hip main parent control, and try to move it, you see tuck 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 it is moved. It means it is taking time. It's not smoothly moving because it has to calculate. Every vertex is calculating. Okay, okay, this guy is calling me. This bone is moving. So how much I should move? And another bone is moving. For this bone, how much I am bound? So that is point for leg bone. I am bound by point 0.3. For abdomen bone, I am bound by point 0.4. So totally it's 1. and it is calculating another bone also. I am bound by this hip bone, this slanting bone is there, no, that bone is also controlling me by point 0.3 or 4. So uh, how much I should move, like that it is calculating. So like that every vertex is calculating based on its master's command. How much its master is moving, that much in that direction it has to move. That's why it is taking time. And moreover, we have more vertices, so more computation, more time. Hmm? So this is the basics of this skinning concept. Hmm? Right. Now, uh, we want the object to deform in a certain way. That is, for example, this one. When I rotate this one, this is for meant for rotation. It's mostly for moving like this. Like this, we can move. We can make use of this like that. So this is for rotation. This we can move also, but for rotation, it is most ideal. So if I am rotating it in the backwards, you see, okay, this is how it is deforming. I feel here it can be smoother like that. So I'll select the mesh here. I want to do some brushing here. So I have selected the mesh. I'll go to the weight paint mode. In the interaction mode, this is called interaction mode tab. Inside that you have weight paint. So inside the weight paint, um, we can see these colors. That is uh, kind of Vujia colors, or you can see all types of these 7 colors we can see. So those this or infrared colors we can see. That is wherever this bone, particular bone is having more influence, there it will be red. Wherever the bone is not having influence, there it will be blue. The bluest color is where the bone is having zero influence. The reddest color is where the bone is having the 100% influence. So red for influence, blue for zero influence. So now it is, I think the by default, the breastbone, right side breastbone is selected. So to see which bone is being selected, we have to switch on here the bones. Let's go and select the bone and viewport in front. So now we can see the bone. Um, let's now you have selected the mesh and then went into weight paint in the interaction mode. So inside the weight paint, go to the properties editor on the right side, and here in the data properties for this object, for this new object or character model, uh, go to vertex groups and stretch the list, and then try to find out the bone which you want to modify the weight information. So right now, as I told you, the breast is selected. You can see that by default the breast is being selected. See, right side breast dot R is selected. DEF means deform, deform bones, breast dot R. Now I want to select the head. This one you can see the head is there, head bone is there. That we'll try to find out. Yeah. Okay. So they didn't name it as per Rigify. They didn't name it like head, all that. They have just named it like spine 1, spine 2, like that it is. So uh, spine 5 is the head. No? Now we have to see spine 4 is neck, okay. Spine 3 is, I think it is the chest, and spine 2, this is below the chest, or we can say thorax, and spine 1 is abdomen. Spine is the last one, that is the root bone. We can call that also abdomen. So we can call it like this one is abdomen 1, abdomen 2, thorax, chest, and then chest has two bones, and then neck bone, head bone, like that. Let's not rename it. Sometimes it may like cause some communication between the hierarchy, because it's rigified, no? Let's not play with the names, with the, whatever the names it has, let it be. Leave it with the whatever names. So we are now selecting the fifth spine bone and going to paint it. But before that, I want to go back and then select this bone, go to pose mode, and there is this circle, this control I want to select, and in pose mode I have, here I have rotated it to this extent, that is rotation x minus 0.222. Huh? Let's make all of them 0 except for the w. Now let's change it to XYZ Euler. I will explain you this Euler concept in the rigging class, rigging course I will explain you. For now, you can change it to XYZ Euler. It will be easy for us to calculate how much rotation we can order. It will be easy for us to type and uh, play with that. So I am rotating to 45, minus 45 I am rotating. So it's going backwards. Now, uh, if in Blender it is like this, we have to go to the object mode to select the bone and go into the bones to see the bones properties. Now you see, I can see the bones properties on the right side, bone data properties, bone properties, and then bone constraint properties. So all these things are seen only because I'm in post mode. That too, one when I can go into post mode only when I select in object mode the bone hierarchy, this rigged hierarchy. When I select, I will have the access this to post mode. Then when I go into post mode only, I can see these bone properties. So this is how the Blender's way of selection and going into that is. So for that sake, what I am going to do is I want to first uh, give some movements to the head control, because for the head only I am going to show you, so that no, for other body parts yourself can do it. Only in the rigging course I can show you entirely, because it takes long time. One class is not enough for the showing all the weight modifications. Weight mapping needs more classes. So it's a specialized classes for the weight painting. Only after doing the manual rigging, that is creating bones by ourselves, and then creating IK constraints and drivers, and then controls, curve controls, all that, and linking them, all that. Then weight painting. So like that, in that pipeline will be going. So now I'll just show you for the head how it can be done, so that you can understand the weight painting. Now we are going to give some movements for the head, so that I need not every time come to object mode, select the object. Sorry, I need not come to skeleton and select the control and rotate it and see how it is deforming now after weight painting. Like that, I need not every time come and see. So what I am going to do, I am give moments. So let's show up the time slider here. Yeah, shift left arrow mark to take the time slider bar to one first frame. Now, sorry. Now I'm going to first keep it in 0 in the first frame and key it. There is a process called keying it. That is, we are defining that in this frame, this control should have this much of rotation, this much degrees of rotation. Like that, we are trying to nail it. We are trying to insert the keyframe. We are trying to instruct the blender that in this frame you have to be in this position, in this orientation. Like that. So for that, this is the tool. You can press I and do it, or you can right click directly on the rotation X, Y, or Z wherever you want. In this case, we want to rotate it in the X axis. You can switch to local axis so that you can see the true axis here, true axis icon. So now I am right clicking on the rotation X and keying it. You can see that it has become keyed. That's why it is showing yellow color. Now let's move to 40 and go to side viewport and then move it backwards like this. Maybe minus 35 would be okay. Right click again. See, we keyframed at frame 1. Okay, we defined this is the orientation you should be in at frame 1. Now we are defining again in the 40th frame. So in you can see in the time slider it is at 40th frame. I am taking my cursor to the rotation X, right click, insert keyframe after typing minus 35. Right. Now at 80th frame, let's type in the rotation X 35 from minus 35 to 35. Right click, insert frame. Now let's just play it and see how it is getting animated. Right. So it is going backwards and then again forward. Let it come back to the um, come back to this keyframing. Yeah, we are doing it. Yeah. Come back, we are doing it. Yeah. So we are setting at 100 and then typing 0 and it is coming back. Right. So now let's keep it at 40 and go to object mode, select the mesh and now go to weight paint mode. Let's um, bring it down and then this uh, transform panel we don't no more need it, just hide it. Right. Now at here we have selected the spine 5, so spine 5 has this kind of weight information. See in the top, forehead, cheeks, nose and all, it is like red and then gradient, and it is becoming lower, that is the values are becoming lower. Means what? The neck portion, neck bone is actually um, influencing the mouth area on it. Okay, even the nose area it is influencing. So we have to change it. This called weight map we can say. So we are changing the weight map basically. I have selected the spine 5, reduce the brush size and keep the strength on the top to 1. Weight is also 1. Weight means 1. Okay, 0 to 1, it ranges from 0 to 1. if you put that is when the weight is point 0.1, it is like when the weight is 0, it is blue. When it is point 0.2, it is green. When it is point 0.3, yellow. Point 0.5 or 6, it's orange. Then when it is completely red, it is weight 1, like that. And strength is like the intensity of how much we can brush it. Like if I am typing like when the strength is like point 0.1 or something, it will be like a little mild. The effect of our brushing, no, or painting will be mild. So some cases it will be needed when you are going to like in hands, fingers, and all. You will have to use. That is, you will have to change the strength and then play with that and, and paint it all that you want to do. So now it is a big volume of mesh. So not much of we don't have to change. Right. Now let's go to side viewport and keep this X symmetry on, and then now we are going to paint it. Takes time actually because vertices are heavy model. No, it is for our configuration. It is a heavy model. This is the basic way of doing the weight uh, weight painting or weight mapping, all that we can call. One thing we have to be careful is while doing the weight painting, don't use undo. As much as possible, you avoid using undo because sometimes undo will not work. It will just stay like that only. Or the same undo what you did will take you to the previous option, like what you did, what action you did before this painting, to there it will take. It won't take like to the previous action of brushing. It will take you to the previous major action, not the sub action. So those kind of disadvantages are there. Even in Maya, it is same actually, because uh, the Blender software makers, they don't want Blender to keep in memory every stroke of brushing because it makes the blender very heavy and it can even close the software. So to avoid that, they are not dumping too much of memory for the application. So it will these it is for blender, according to blender, this is one single action. There is no sub action. Now I have released my hands from the mouse. Again I am going to press the left mouse button and paint it. So this sometimes it will, when I do undo, no, something may happen, some error may happen. So I don't want to take the risk of doing undo and all. So like that, as much as possible, don't use undo. In Maya, many times it gets closed. Or what will happen, everywhere the data, the weight map will change, like how here red, blue, blue, red, like that will become random. What I did not actually do, that will be shown up. So in Blender at least, yeah, yeah, yeah. Blender also crashes. Yeah, yeah. Frequency is less. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 it happens. And but other things are actually nice, like shape. Yeah, yeah, shape, no, shape animation and all. The way it Maya stores the shape information. If you want to do shape animation, or it is actually nice. Here also it's nice in a different way. It's nice actually. So like that. Yeah, as you said, Maya is like heavy software. This Blender occupies only 1.5. With some add-ons, it may occupy little more. That's all. But Maya occupies like 7 GB, more than 5 GB. So every time it has to bear the burden of 5 GB and process our inputs also, whatever we are doing with the mouse clicks and keyboard clicks. So all those burdens are there for the software to manage. So like this we are painting. Right. Now here and all little, maybe it's not purely red, but it takes long time. So now here we have to, you see, we'll keep it at 80. Now this blending area is what I want to show. Here anyone can paint. Okay, this red means it is 100%. Okay, I think, but we have to paint this blur also, this gradient also we have to do. So I'm choosing the second tool in the toolbox and painting the blur. So it will slowly blur. If you see, only if you zoom now, you will know it that it is blurring. So we can directly apply a little more red and then try to make it blur. So now I'm reducing the strength and then this painting. mostly people don't do this work. So especially nowadays, uh, youngsters are not much doing this work. Whatever is automatic weight paints, it is automatically it is weight painting. It is like they will adjust with more bones. Suppose if they don't want this deformation, no, that is this guy, they don't want to deform this portion, this arm bone. If they think arm bone should not interfere in breast, near the breast area, they'll put one extra bone here so that this guy, this arm bone will not come and interfere this upper portion. Like that they will do. They'll try to adjust it. So, so let's remove the. For the neck, we have to remove it. Right. So now, uh, here also is there. Now let's again apply the. So one side when painted, it's paints other side also. It's slowly getting removed. Now, uh, we have to do this weight painting for the eyes also. Let's just see the eyes. I think we named the eyes, so it should be there. Let's see. So eyelash upper. Okay, deforms off. Right. So deform should be on actually. We forgot to off it, on it. So let's switch on the deform. Means it can, there is this bone, when the deform option is switched on, it will, it can now bind the mesh. If this is switched off, it cannot bind the mesh. It will be just a mechanical bone, or some kind of a bone which is just is there in the hierarchy for some adjustment. Not really is going to be involved in binding the mesh. But now we have given this command of deforming the bone. Now it can deform it. But we have to once again bind it. So let's remove the model from the parent child and then again bind it. But while removing it, let's delete all the vertex groups. Again we can do the, there is anyway it will get created. Again all those vertex groups will get formed once we do the binding again. So I'm selecting the mesh, then the skeleton, Control P, automatic weights. It's taking time maybe because OBS software is on, recording software, G8, that's why it's taking time. Number of bones equals the number of vertex groups. So how many bones are there, that much vertex groups it has to create, and what pattern every, for every bone, the, for the entire body, the map will be, that will be created. Because for example, for head bone, the head portion will be like red, the yellow and green. Other portions will be blue. So that is one image for, yeah, that is one map image that should be created. Like that for every bone, for the entire model, it will be created. Yeah, let's move and see. That's happening now. It's already animated, so no problem. So this thing we saw, that is behind making the that is softening the model. Uh, Now we'll focus on this eyes area. Uh, we'll come here and animate this also. This lower one very rarely we can animate. Only upper one we should do. That too little, not much, because we should take the help of shape animation. So we won't be using this bones much. Uh, Only shape animation will be depending on for this facial animation. Now let's rotate and see. For this bone also we have to change the rotation mode to XYZ. Hmm? And sometimes refreshing is not happening. So let me use this um, rotation in the transform panel window. So you can see when I rotate this upper eyelid bone, the entire face is deforming. So that we have to change. So let's first key it from default frame to um, like something like this. Maybe 13 should be okay. 30. And then again back to 0. Key it. This one also we have to do the same thing. You can copy and paste it, but still I will show it manually doing it. Change it to Euler mode. It is rotation mode to Euler. Right click, key it, and then change the frames to 30 and then to 40 back. Right. So for now, no, this guy we can actually shift these keys for later so that no, this won't disturb the the eyes. That is, you can see steadily the eyelids closing and opening. Here we can put the range to 50 or something. Select the model. We can actually select the vertices and then also we can do for the head. Uh, but the selection for the heavy model no, takes time, but still we'll see after finishing this if we have time, we'll definitely do that. Now we have to go to weight paint and find where that here see eyelash lower, upper, right lower and upper. Here for us it is only upper. Hmm? So let's take first the left upper and we have to cancel the that is make bluish the rest of the portions other than this upper eyelid portion. So strength is 1 and weight is 0. Hmm? Weight is 0. The shortcut way is actually what we can do is let's go to vertex mode, select the entire head and go to weight paint and switch on this vertex selection, no? Not the face selection, vertex selection. Now we just have to, once we go into this vertex selection, you will see the parameters here are changing. See, when I switch on that, see, something is disappearing, on something is appearing. So means what? This assign, and then this weight 1 or 0 to 1, ranging from 0 to 1 is there. This parameter is there. So this is for us to easily just put 0 or 1 or zero point 0.5 for the selected set of vertices, rather than deciding like here it should be like zero point 0.1, here it should be like 1, zero point 0.5 here, like that. Instead of painting like that, as a whole we can select the vertices and put some one single value for the selector, right? So now I am putting 0 for the eyelash upper left bone assign. You see, it has become 0 easily, rather than painting it. Generally painting won't take much time. To show I wanted to show you the painting and how it's changing. Maybe you know it already, but still I want to do that for the record of YouTube, which it's taking long time. So we are using this technique of selecting the vertices and then assigning one particular value and assigning for all the vertices. Yeah. Now this also we will do. It is eyelash upper right side. That also weight 0 assign. Yeah. Now they are all free from the upper and lower eyelids. Lower eyelids also will make it free. Right. I will switch on this. Now we are going to paint manually. Weight 1, strength can be like 0.5 something. Let's paint and see. Huh? From mildness we should start painting. Even when I'm painting, if it is painting here and all through this hole, it's okay. Okay, we can unpaint it there afterwards. So when I do that, it is moving towards the bones. Now let's go to blur. Okay, here the problem is we should not switch on the symmetry. Symmetry should be off. Weight is 1. Strength can be maybe 0.5 is okay. I think we have selected the right bone, right? No, wrong. See, I'm doing undo. It is going to the previous action of vertices. Like this one, upper left. Right. It won't be so exact, okay? I'm just showing you the effect of painting. Um, to do the proper rig for the eyelids is either to choose shape animation, that is we will be doing the shape manually, moving the vertices using sculpting or manipulating the vertices directly, or we have to use many bones for the same eyelids, at least three in the top, three in the bottom. That is for the upper eyelid three bones, lower eyelid three bones. Like that we have to use. So now we have put only single bone. In the rigging course, I will put all the bones and show you it. Now for this single bone, we have to apply this one and then do the gradient work. Oh my god, see, this is one problem actually. When I undo this one, all these actions will be taken into account. It will all be considered as one single action. Right. Now X is switched off and weight is 1, strength is 0.5. Here upper left lid, upper lid is selected. Okay, now let's paint it. Maybe let's try 0.3. Blur it. Now I should be very careful that I am not going to undo. If I do undo, it will go back to switching on the X symmetry and this vertex will become on all that. Right. Now let's just move and see how it is moving. See like this. So these places everywhere we have to work and we have to do hard work and do remove these kind of um, fractions. You have to remove the weights. Little weights are there actually. That's why. So here we'll have to like really do hard work painting. Um, it's not an easy task to paint heavy high res model. You have to patiently remove them and then do it. So, so till here we have done to some extent we have to remove it. Still here till up there actually. So with that we'll stop. Now let's just play it and see. So if we have three bones, no, here one bone, here, then this bone will be moving more. This bone, the bone here will be moving less. So this crash won't happen. That's why I told three bones we should do. Same thing we have to do for the right upper eyelid also. Same gradient work we have to do. Just move it and see like this. So till 10th frame we can move actually, not more than that. So we'll have to, this guy also we have to bring a little more upper. And then we have to do. Let's see if it's, we have time, we can do that. Lower left. Right. So the next one is lower right. mode. Select the bones, bones mode. Select both of them, lower lids, and keyframe it. Okay, this one is not key. Now we can do the white painting once again. It is just brushing. And Okay. So now you can see it is smooth. It has become smooth. If we can work on the head also, it would be nice. To some extent, we just work and we can come out of this weight painting. let's move it back and see. Okay, so these vertices should be, that is, they are neither bound by the head nor by the lower eyelids. So we can just select, yeah, we can just select them like this. We can just, so assign um, one, but it will get applied to all the vertices. They are inside actually. So let's paint it. Right. So like this here also we will have to apply the smooth, all that, and so everywhere wherever there is a blending between two bones, we have to do this gradient job of applying blur. For neck we have to paint, only then this will get removed. You have to paint a new for the neck, so it will get removed. the bone is for this part uh, here due to high rest, that portion is not deforming um, like how it should deform. That is for a low-res mesh, how it can deform like that. It's like deforming like a real model, realistic. We have wrinkles, same way it is deforming. It is actually correct, but thing is, in 3D we cannot take it. So we are trying to lessen the influence, but it's not obeying. That is, we have to allow the wrinkles. Either uh, head should dominate or neck should dominate, like that. So I am going to leave the head for domination. So let's remove the weight for the neck. So one wrinkle, let it be there, not two wrinkles. Yeah, there is only one wrinkle. Yeah, which we can understand. Yeah, there will be a bound to be a wrinkle. Without wrinkle, it cannot deform. It is uh, because the bone is there, skull bone is there, and till that till the end of that skull bone, the skin will be tight. Just below the skull bone, the skin will be loose and more fat will be there. So bound, they are bound to be wrinkle. So one wrinkle is okay. Zigzag and two wrinkles we have avoided. Like this. Maybe a little more if we do the blurring, we can lessen the wrinkles. There is a range of wrinkles here and all. We can little more blur it and then we can do, but it takes long time. So once the concept is understood, that is okay. Slowly we can take time and do that. So this is about the rigging and matte painting and setting ratios and um, applying skinning. Hmm. So now you can show me your model so that we can see what can be done. Um, you can just discuss about your model uh, if you can open your blender and just show your model, no? We can see what can be done. Okay. Uh, okay, okay. So before don't apply mirror, there is an option, no? Mirror in the modifier we have mirror option, so that you don't apply, and because no, before applying mirror you just send me a photo, like screenshot or something. Yeah, yeah, then yeah, yeah, tell me. Yeah. uh, 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 yeah, yeah, you can show me. Yeah, yeah, you can show me. Yeah.